Hello, my smileys. I'm back today, and I think it's gonna be a story time video about my experience with bullies and how I dealt with it, and how I wish I dealt. So let's get into it. So it all started in the 7th grade. I had PE second period and home ec first period. In home ec, I had a kid named Darren and a kid named Joe in my class. And then I also had them in PE. And then I also, in my PE class, I had Susie. And it was a little more difficult than elementary school PE, so it was really hard for me since I'm not the most fit person ever. And Darren and Joe were very mean to me. Like, I would be doing squats perfectly fine, at least to what I thought, and my coach never said anything. And they would yell across the gym saying, "You aren't doing it right. You need to do it over." Blah blah blah. And I just they were also saying it to Susie, and it just a lot of times I would go home crying because of it. And I let this go on for 3/4 of the school year. And then I had wished I had done something about it. So when I finally did do something about it, I had gone to my mom and she had said, "Okay, I'll go in after work," because she had to work till 11. She said, I'm going to go home and I'm going to go over and talk to your principal, and we're going to call him Mr. Kind. Just so you know, these are all made up names of my friends and the bullies. And my principal is Mr. Kind. So she went and she talked to him and said that I was being bullied, and it was a bad deal, and I would pretend to be sick because it was so bad, and I just didn't want to go to school because they were being so mean to me. So they called me in a little bit later, out of my 4th period, which was English, and they talked to me and they said they aren't following our school rule, our school number 1 rule, the only rule in our school, which is classy, which is the C stands for count your blessings, the A stands for acts of kindness. Oh, I forgot the L. The L stands for look for the good, and the 2 S's mean service and self-motivation, and the Y stands for you are valued. And they said that Darren and Joe were not following the rule, and that they were going to call them in, and they told me that they were going to make them call their parents because what they were doing to me was not right. They were calling me fat and slow, and it was just horrible. So after they had called them in one at a time and talked to them, they had me come in and talk to them and tell them that what they were doing was making me feel horrible and they needed to stop, and I did. And after that they apologized, and I haven't heard a word since. But I wish I hadn't let it go on that long. It just made me feel so horrible, and it made me feel so horrible that when I went home I couldn't do my homework, so my grades were in the dumpster, and wish I had taken care of it sooner. And I want to let you guys know that if you're being bullied at school, that you need to go to your principal. They won't get mad. They will want to help you. They want you to succeed, be successful in school all the time. So don't let it go on. Make sure you are telling people. You need to tell your teachers, and you just need to make sure that you feel comfortable going to school, and it's better for everyone if you go to school. You need to get your education, and it's always good. And to this day, Mr. Kind retired after last year, and Susie's still my friend, and I still haven't heard anything from Darren and Joe, and so I know that they finally got it through their head that they can't act like that, the way they treated me. And I've heard that, I've talked to my friends and I've asked them if they've gotten any crap from those two, and they're like, no, I haven't had anything since the end of last year. And I was like, well, good. And I know that if I hadn't dealt with it then it would still be going on, and I wouldn't have been able to make it through the year. And I hope you like this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks. My smileys.